Rain hits the window. The city outside is blurred. Lights move in the distance. Cars pass. Windows glow and fade. Inside, it is quiet. No crisis, no argument, no decision waiting. Just a normal night. And that is when the thought appears, not loud, not dramatic. Just a quiet sentence that lands without warning. What if this is it? It doesn't panic. It doesn't demand attention. It simply stays there, waiting. What if this is how it stays? Nothing wrong, nothing falling apart, nothing dramatic. Just this version of your life continuing as it is. You wouldn't say it during the day. It feels selfish to even think it. People have real problems. You are fine. You are safe. You are functioning. So why does that thought make your chest tighten just a little? You think about tomorrow. It looks like today. You think about next month. It looks familiar. You try to imagine next year. And it is harder to picture something different. That is when the discomfort grows. Not because something is bad, but because nothing seems to be changing. No crisis means no turning point. No turning point means no obvious shift. We are used to stories. We expect new chapters, big decisions, announcements, visible movement. When none of that is happening, the mind starts to wonder, is this the stable shape of my life? Is this the final version? You wouldn't admit that out loud. It sounds dramatic. Nothing is wrong. So, why does the thought scare you? The fear is not about disaster. It is about permanence. About the idea that this calm, steady version of your life might be the one that stays. You look around your room. The same furniture, the same routine, the same habits. You know what tomorrow looks like. There is comfort in that. But also a quiet ache you cannot explain. You associate movement with progress, change with growth, noise with meaning. So when things are stable, a question forms. If nothing shifts, am I still becoming someone? If nothing changes, am I still moving forward? The rain keeps falling. The city keeps moving, and you sit there with that sentence echoing softly. What if this is it? It feels selfish to even think this. There are people who wish for stability, people who want exactly what you have. You remind yourself of that. You list the things that are fine. The job works. The relationships are steady. Nothing urgent. Nothing broken. And still that thought does not disappear. It simply waits. The fear is not that you are suffering. It is that you are settled. And you are not sure how to feel about that. You imagine yourself 5 years from now. Same neighborhood. Same rhythm. Same conversations. It is not tragic. It is just steady. And steady can feel final when you expected expansion. During the day, you do not think about it. You are busy. You respond to messages. You finish tasks. But at night, when things slow down, the thought returns. What if this is it? You scroll. You see other lives in motion. People changing cities. Starting over, announcing something new. You feel a small distance inside. Not jealousy, just awareness. They seem to be in movement. You feel still. You know motion is not always better. You know that change is not always progress. But stillness feels louder at night. Because if nothing is wrong, there is nothing to fix. And if there is nothing to fix, there may be nothing forcing change. Life might simply continue, calm, predictable, familiar. The fear is not failure, it is limit. Fear that the horizon you see is the only one, that this version of you is not in transition. It is complete. And completion, in this quiet form, feels heavier than crisis ever did. You notice how rarely people talk about this fear. We talk about heartbreak, about stress, about falling apart, but not about the fear of normal life continuing, the fear that the current version might last. It feels ungrateful to say it, so you keep it quiet. You tell yourself to be grateful. You tell yourself this is stability, and it is. But stability can feel like a ceiling when you cannot see the next shift. You are not planning an escape. You are not desperate. You are just wondering, is this the shape of things now? The fear is not that something is wrong. The fear is that nothing will change, and that is harder to admit. Because nothing changing sounds peaceful. It sounds mature, responsible. Yet something inside you resists the idea of being finished. The thought does not explode. It does not take over your life, it just visits. On quiet nights. When the rain hits the window. When the city feels distant. When everything is fine. What if this is it? You do not answer it. You just sit there and let the question exist.